So that basically means that if you're staying in a household right now where you just have your mother in the household, there are certain countries that wouldn't even allow your mother to buy like the house that you guys are staying in. There's some countries that wouldn't even allow for your mother to own land. So I'm just putting that in perspective because I know for myself, I was raised by a single mother. So I know what it's like to be in an environment where there's only like my mother there. And I can only imagine if we grew up in a country where my mother wasn't able to be able to own a house or be able to own land, allow for us to be like liberated. So that's already putting us in a trap. And like it says here in Africa, a household needs 12.5 times the annual income to buy a home. So that's basically like saying that if you wanted to buy a house for like, let's just say it was like $1,200, right? In order for you to get that house, you would have to, you know, it's like, it's never going to end. So you have to pay 12.5 times for that home. If you're only making like $100 a year and a house costs like $1,200, how could you possibly save up enough money and resources to be able to have access to like that home? Then I'm going to go over here to education because like it says, education means that the opportunity means for poverty. With decent housing, a stable environment, education is nearly impossible. The devastating resort, poor adults and children are trapped in a cycle of poverty with little hope of escaping. Like it says, 1 in every 4 children in a developing country does not attend school. So how I said about counting off 5, I count off 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of you guys would not be able to go to the middle school that you guys attend. I know some of you guys are proud of going to Staley. Some of you guys are proud of going to Sumter. Some of you guys are proud of attending schools in Sly County. But just think about it, 1 in 4 of you guys already at this point in time, you cannot attend school. Like it's just because of the conditions. You couldn't get a quality education. You could have the dreams of going to college. You could have like the dreams of starting your own business, the dreams of entrepreneurship, the dreams of being like the next sports athlete. You already eliminated just based upon these stats. And this next one is really like, it hit me really hard because it says 1 in 1 million primary school age children in the world are not in school. So if you think about primary, that's when you're in like pre-K, kindergarten. So that's over 1 million kids that are don't even have the access to going to pre-K, don't have the opportunity to go to kindergarten. And again, I just want to put in perspective how blessed we are to be here in America, but we still have work and stuff to do to ensure that all of us have an opportunity, like I say, to receive like God's blessings here on earth. And like this last one, it says 1 billion people in the world are illiterate. Do you guys know what the term illiterate means?
Yeah, you're not able to read.
All right, so if you think about like 1 billion people could not do what I just did as far as like going around this room and just reading off these stats. So when we talk about not being able to read, that's something as simple as saying you can't understand a stop sign. You can't understand going left or going right. You know, like those basic things that we take for granted. Matter of fact, it's something as simple as saying on your how to hook up your Xbox, how to read Xbox, how to read PlayStation 3. You know how to read the CD or the MP3 of your favorite song. You have 1 billion people in the world that does not have that opportunity because they grow up in illiterate environments. And I'm going to this last one, which talks about like healthcare. As it says, a lack of safe, affordable housing is a dangerous reality for the impoverished, forced to live in poorly built shelters, cramped, unsafe conditions, everyday struggles to survive. Without basic services, health risks increase dramatically. Exposure to infectious wreak habits, especially in young or the weak. So children living in poverty are 5 times more likely to die by the age of 5 than in families with higher income. So again, if you think about pre-K, kindergarten, it says that children living in these conditions that we see on these images, most of them don't even make it to the age of 5. I mean, I can look in this room and you guys are like 10 and up. So you guys have been 5 twice over. And myself, I'm 30 plus, so I've done 5, 6 times over. So there are individuals that don't even have an opportunity to reach the age of 5. And as it says, 11 million children under the age of 5 die from preventable diseases such as pneumonia, diarrhea, malaria, and measles. If you think about how we have to take certain shots before you guys go to school, that's a blessing that we have here in the United States that they don't receive in the world. So there are like 11 million children under the age of 5, but those basic shots that y'all hate going to the doctor to take are given an opportunity to survive and to thrive forward. And the last one, it says 2 million people are dying slowly painful from like tuberculosis each year. And that's like a respiratory like fungi disease that kind of gets within your system. So that's really about your environment, creating a space where like some of these homes that they live in, because of like the dirt, the rubble that they see on the ground, it creates a situation where over the course of their lifetime, they're going to slowly like just die away. As you saw within some of these videos, some of these conditions that we're talking about. So I just wanted to frame that for you guys like perspective, because I know like the video, it could take you in and out, but just for you guys understanding,
being like between the 6th and the 9th grade and being, like I said, birthed here in the United States of America, we were given certain blessings that the rest of the world didn't have an opportunity to receive. So again, like I said before, we are role model citizens of being young black males in this community and in this world to make a difference. So if you're able to take with you in spirit, if there's one thing that's left, that you guys are blessed and we are God's children to be born here at this particular moment, at this particular time. You know what I mean? So I just want you to take it in perspective, because what we're going to go do, like I said, the very first village that we walked to was actually a duplicate representation of some of these images that you guys see on like the video and on the film and stuff like that. So again, just take again our blessings that God blessed us with, so that we can be like living examples, like we said, to be children of God and children of Christ, to be like that example for transformation that we want the world to see. All right? Y'all got any questions before we like step out into the sun? Y'all said y'all cool praying, like God give us some shade or some covering, because we about to get the heat. You know it's coming. You know it's coming, all right? And then, like I said, each one of those signs, I would like to have a volunteer just to kind of read out loud. Read out loud to the group what each of those signs really mean. So therefore, again, it becomes part of like our living history. We do have a living legacy, and I'm blessed and fortunate that Dwight Harris allowed for you guys to come today. And you guys are going to receive like a passport book from like the Global Center. And at each of these, once we go through the Poverty Center, they're like homes that represent different countries where they're building habitat like homes. I want for each of you guys to get a stamp to kind of show that you've actually seen a home from Mexico, seen a home from Guatemala. And like I said, the reason why I wanted to bring you guys here today, yesterday represented 6 months since the earthquake took place in Haiti. So some of the work that Habitat is doing as far as like repairing homes, I don't know if you guys saw the bucket when you first came in, but they have survival kits that they're sending down to Haiti to help out with our brothers and sisters that are going through these disasters. So again, this is just so you guys have a relevancy to something that's happening on the news. People are talking about it again, but you actually can see solutions that we can do here as just average human beings. You know, no superpowers needed, just faith that God blessed us that we can do something positive, all right?